Hey, Dr. Himmer here. So I'm working with a client. His name's Ralph. He's married to his bride, whose name is Gertie. And Ralph and Gertie really want to get along. And Ralph says to me that he's frustrated because it's not working real well. And what I've noticed with Ralph is that he typically carries kind of a chip on his shoulder. So when I say to Ralph, what is it that you want? He says, well, I want to get along with my wife. I want to have a good relationship with her. I want to feel calm and relaxed with myself. I want to be content with me. And I want to get along at work. I want my direct reports to see that I'm a person to come to, that they can talk to, that's safe. And I want to get along with my supervisors. In effect, I just want to be happy. Now, that's a word that everyone uses and not many people can really define. But for the sake of it, we kind of know how it feels, right, when we're happy. The reality is, every human being is hardwired to connect. Like Ralph, who's not connecting right now, he feels pain. And his pain is manifest in different parts of his body. And we call that medically chronic illness, when we constantly have pain that we can't really address and there's no real reason to feel that pain. So when we feel pain, we medicate. Now, medication takes on a number of ways. Sometimes we medicate with an alcohol, a little bit of that. A lot of people medicate early in the morning with coffee. Some people medicate with anger. Some people medicate with criticism. But we all medicate. What if there was a way to learn to medicate differently? You see, this medication process takes on symptoms at work, for example, that are harmful. It impacts employee engagement. It turns into incivility. Incivility turns into bullying. Because we're not connecting, let's say, in the work environment, then we start getting the results of our behavior. You see, because we're hardwired to connect, the secret then comes into what does a connection look like and how do we get there? Let me throw this idea at you. What we have found is that the best way to connect is to know what a connection looks like. By definition, emotional intimacy is a great connection or mutual trust and respect. If the goal from one human to another human is to develop mutual trust and respect, then we now have a system that we can address instead of counting all the symptoms that happen when it doesn't work. The solution is systems-based, stemming from the construct of emotional intimacy. Very first thing to learn is awareness. You see, Ralph isn't even aware that he carries a chip on his shoulder. He's not even aware that this criticism he constantly has is impacting his wife and distancing them from each other. Furthermore, he's not even aware of how it connects at work. Without awareness, you can't regulate. So you've got to be aware of what's happening so you can regulate a different way of doing it. And you don't regulate it by putting a sign on the wall that makes you feel good about yourself. Because your subconscious will completely violate that. It won't accept it at all. The secret to connecting in environments such as a work culture, a home culture, a social culture, is having the right goal. Why? Why am I here? Why am I talking to someone? So I can have trust and respect. And it starts with me. Self-trust, self-respect is my starting point. From that point on, I can work out. Because the law of reciprocity simply says, if I trust myself and I respect myself, others will trust and others will respect me. So let's get going with awareness. Everybody can do this. Pay attention to who you are, what you do, what triggers you, what doesn't, what makes you happy and what doesn't, and move from there. I'm Dr. Himmer. I look forward to talking to you again. Have a great day.